Hi there. Special announcement at the end of the video, so feel free to stay tuned. Wait, you're granting amnesty to a bird. Hi there, I'm Peyton Dixon, and welcome to What the History? The foil-wrapped turkey leg in the back of the refrigerator, which is still good no matter what your wife says of history. If you're thankful for the unusual, the unsung, the general what the moments of American history, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, get notified, and you'll be on my list of reasons to be thankful right after this turkey. I mean, come on, you seem nice, but can you really compete with a turkey dressed like Sherlock Holmes? Or Wishbone? Or Sherlock Wishbone? I didn't think so. Here in America, we gather, under normal circumstances, around the tail end of November. The last Thursday of November since 1863, the fourth Thursday of November since 1941. And that is a whole other what the history in itself. I should remind my executive secretary to make a note of it. What's that? You're not there? I see. Because you don't exist. I see. Make a note of that for me. So on Thanksgiving, we celebrate all the good things in our lives, like friends, family, history books, Sherlock turkeys, video editing software, by eating a lot of stuff. There's also a handful of parades and football games, also under normal circumstances. But there's another tradition, which I'm sure you've guessed by cleverly reading the title, of pardoning a turkey. This affords me the clever excuse of being able to exercise one of my more obscure talents, turkey impressions. This cute little moment where the leader of the country gets upstaged by a surprisingly sizable bird as he waddles with his wattle, the turkey, not the president. Although sometimes. As the person in the highest office of the land offers the member of the fowl family, Meleagris Galapovo, a pardon. Which begs the question, in my mind, what exactly is a pardon? I consulted Webster. Mam and George were unavailable for comment. I'm guessing maybe 4 of you got that reference. Law. A release from the penalty of an offense. The remission of a penalty, as by a governor. And the verb form reads, to remit the penalty of an offense. And to release a person from liability for an offense. There's also this little nugget from a little old document called the United States Constitution. Article 2, Section 2, Clause 1. The President, ... shall have power to grant reprieves and pardons for offenses against the United States, except in cases of impeachment. This, to me, raises so many questions. First of all, what offenses has a turkey exactly committed? And if the penalty a turkey is being spared from is death, is the turkey simply guilty of being a turkey? And if so, why you gotta hate on the turkeys? Also, the DOJ says that, quote, even if you are granted a pardon, you must still disclose your conviction on any form where such information is required, although you may also disclose the fact that you received a pardon, end quote. So does being a turkey mean you have to go to the petting zoo and knock on all the pens of the goats and the sheep and explain your situation?
So I'm a turkey, and I guess that's supposedly a bad thing. But I got a pardon, so, got that going for me.
Yes, it's me under there. The things I do for history. But of course, the overhanging question in all of this is, who thought it was a good idea to pardon a turkey? I mean, if you're like me, you feel as though this has been happening throughout your whole life, but that's not fully true. Unless you were born during or after the time America was starting to realize that it's a tragedy for me to see the dream is over. And I never will forget the day we met. Girl, I'm gonna miss you. Milli Vanilli. Never officially pardoned. So there's a lot of lovely stories about when the whole poultry pardoning thing took off. There's the charming tale of Abraham Lincoln sparing a turkey in 1863 because his son Tad had grown fond of the bird as a pet. But that turkey was slated for Christmas dinner. And you know that Abe was all like, it's okay, Tad. We'll send him to a farm upstate where he can run and play with all the free-range stuffing and potatoes. Now, Lincoln's the one in 1863 who made the first official declaration of when Thanksgiving was going to be. But the first president to receive a turkey for Thanksgiving was Ulysses S. Grant. The broad-breasted white was sent by a Rhode Island turkey farmer named Horace Vose, who proceeded to send a Thanksgiving turkey express to the president, whoever the president was, for 40 years. Side note, a little kergobble hit the newspapers one Thanksgiving in 1904 when it was reported that Theodore Roosevelt's children were chasing and hitting their gifted turkey all across the White House lawn. TR was so incensed by the incensement that he sent his secretary, William Loeb Jr., and he had to issue a statement saying that this never actually happened, particularly because Vose sent his turkeys to the White House already dead. So the turkey trotting continued to the White House for decades, occasionally rivaled by a gifted raccoon or possum. Then there's the theory that Harry Truman pardoned the first turkey. Well, that's also not quite true, although he did receive the first promotional turkey, if you will. So during and after World War II, rationing in America was a voluntary but encouraged thing, cutting down on certain foods so they could go to soldiers and they would later go to recovering European citizens. Now this included such days as Meatless Tuesdays and the ironic mouthful poultry-less Thursdays. This started to grate on the nerves of the National Turkey Federation, a real thing, a shockingly pro-poultry full Thursday organization. In 1947, when Thanksgiving and Christmas and New Year's all fell on Thursdays, the NTF decided to make a show of good feathered force and present President Truman with his own turkey, specially for Thanksgiving. And Truman did not pardon that turkey. He ate it. Although in a spirit of keeping almost everybody happy, he ate it on Wednesday instead. Not kidding. And the NTF kept sending turkeys every Thanksgiving, like they had the White House in a Vose-like grip. Presidents Eisenhower through Reagan kept getting the birds. For a while they came with the adorable sign, "Good eatin', Mr. President." Adorable. There were some reprieves. JFK decided, we'll just let this one grow. Nixon actually started sending his gobbling gifts to petting farms. Oddly enough, never used the word pardon. Carter also spared a turkey or two. Reagan was pretty regularly, quietly sending turkeys out to pasture. But in 1987, while getting a grilling from reporters over the Iran-Contra affair and asked if he would pardon Oliver North, Reagan pointed to the turkey turned stool pigeon and said, "Well, maybe I'll pardon him." Adorable. But for the win at his first turkey reception, it was George Herbert Walker Bush, who had a nearby flock of animal rights activists protesting the whole turkey, it's what's for dinner thing. And that's when Bush Sr. made it official. Our special guest seems understandably nervous, but let me assure you and this fine Tom turkey that he will not end up on anyone's dinner table. Not this guy. He's granted a presidential pardon as of right now. And it caught on. This has become an annual tradition for one, or sometimes two, turkeys to be pardoned for the crime of being a turkey and sent off to some less dinner-centric environment. They go to mini-zoos, petting farms. For a while they were grand marshals at Disney's Thanksgiving parade. But like many other parts of American history, it's part weird, part confusing, part what the. And you're still gonna go fill your day with playing football and building parade floats and napping. Always napping. And if you're feeling thankful, like, comment, subscribe, and know that I'm thankful for you and Sherlock Turkey. Happy Thanksgiving from Historic Experience. And remember, if you learn from history, you can make better history. Oh good, you're still here. Special announcement. Yes, I am so pleased to announce that there is a new persona coming to Historic Experience just in time for the holiday season of 2020. Charles Dickens, the author of A Christmas Carol, will be sharing his story and the creation and inspiration of this Christmas classic in a presentation we are calling Prelude to a Carol. It will be presented virtually, live at Zoom auditoriums, for 6 performances in 2020 between December 9th and December 19th. Tickets are available down in the link below. We will be so happy to see you there, and thank you so much for your continued support and enthusiasm for history. Have a wonderful 2020 holiday season.